Welcome to the Chambercast.
Welcome to the Chambercast. I'm your host, Jamie Lawrence, and I'm here with Cort Meinelschmidt of Meinelschmidt Distillery. How you doing?
Doing well. Thank you for having me.
There's a lot of people out there making their own alcohols, their own spirits, but what I find most unique about you is you chose to do it in downtown Hagerstown.
It was a real easy decision for me. I already have one other company in downtown, and I want to be part of the solution of revitalizing downtown and getting people to come down there. And instead of just keep putting things on the outside, let's have a good city center and a place where people can go.
Absolutely. And you're huge on downtown events. And I think a lot of people don't know that you were kind of the spark here to get the Cheeseburger Festival going on downtown. Can we talk about that? That was a cool event.
Yeah, it was awesome. And hopefully this year it's going to be even bigger. But yeah, no, again, I want people to come downtown, see it's safe, it's fun, there's good places to go. We have the restaurant, and who doesn't like a good burger? And
you're right.
You're
right about that.
Exactly. And we have so many good restaurants, local mom and pop places. And come on downtown and let's have some fun.
You have three separate businesses within that building, right? You have the distillery.
Yep.
You have Veva's.
Correct.
And then you have another restaurant down in the basement, right?
Yeah, the Dugout.
Dugout.
Yeah, that's our sports bar. So more your smash burgers, pizzas, wings.
Okay.
So still the cheapest wings in town right now. We just had to raise them, but they're still 75 cents a wing.
So how do you tie in food with drink? I mean, one's hard enough. How do you manage three separate businesses downtown?
I have a great staff. I mean, if it wasn't for Christy and Mike, it would not be happening.
So what is it that you guys offer? I know you're really famous for the whiskey, right? As you guys just kind of claim to fame.
Our whiskey and bourbon.
Okay.
We've won local, international, national awards. Last year, our bourbon, we just won Maryland's Best.
Very cool.
Which was really
Awesome.
cool. And then we won awards in Tokyo International Spirits Competitions, San Francisco Worlds.
Tokyo.
Yeah.
How does a guy from Hagerstown, Washington County get out to Tokyo?
This was kind of crazy. So about like 2.5 years ago, we're part of the Maryland Distillers Guild, which is part of the National Guild. And we got an email basically sent nationwide saying, hey, the USDA is doing a trade mission in Japan, and they're looking. Japan wants craft distilleries, not the big names. They want small people. And I said, well, let's apply. What's it going to hurt? And we applied, and somehow we got picked.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we flew to Japan. And the best thing I could say is, like, when we got there on Monday, it was like everything about Japan, their culture, their agriculture, everything was really, really cool. And then the next day in Tokyo, the best way I can explain it was speed dating for business. And what we did is basically we did shots of whiskey from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Nice.
With just different distributors, restaurants, and everything. It was really, really cool. And then Wednesday, we got to do a little bit like traveling around Japan. And then Thursday, we did the same thing again, but in Osaka. So speed dating for more businesses. And they loved our stuff. It's something different than what they have over there.
Yeah.
If you're not Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, or, what was the other, Maker's Mark and Whistle Pig, then they don't have it. And so they have every type of scotch you could imagine, but they don't have much American whiskey. And so they loved ours.
I think what makes you guys as unique is you're using crops from here locally. Can you talk a little bit about where you guys get the product from?
Both Chelsea and I were born and raised here. I spent 7 years in the Navy, but came right back. We want to make sure we're helping our economy. So we get most of our grain from Ernst Farm out there in Clear Spring. And then the other part, we get our Bloody Butcher from Nate, who's the other distiller in Washington County.
Yep.
We get our Bloody Butcher corn from him, from Pathfinder Farms, and that's where we get.
Wow, very good. I didn't know you guys were kind of working together with Pathfinder. That's awesome to hear.
Yes, that's where we get our Bloody Butcher corn.
Can you explain that Bloody Butcher corn? That's a wild thing to say out loud. Like, what is that?
So it's an heirloom grain. It's basically I think it has like a nuttier flavor to it when you're making whiskey out of it. So it's not as sweet, but it definitely gives it a distinct flavor. And it basically turns red when it ripes. So that's why they call it Bloody Butcher. So,
and that's something that's really only in, I'm correct, the Northeast or this kind of area. That's not something you find anywhere else, right?
No, it's in this area. It's really where you're only going to find it. I mean, you'll see some in Pennsylvania. We originally, before Nate was getting it, we went down to Virginia to get it.
Okay. So talking about Japan again, do you guys sell internationally, like from a website base or anything like that?
Well, so you can go online and you can order our stuff and get it shipped directly to you in 46 states. There's some states you can't get it. We're only selling in retail stores in Maryland and D.C. right now.
Okay.
But in Japan.
Wow. It's still cool to go from Hagerstown to Japan. So it's super cool.
And it's been really cool because we've been invited to the Japanese ambassador's house as residents.
Wow.
And then the embassies come to the distillery and the restaurant. So it's been really cool.
Yeah.
And then just recently, maybe a month ago, the Maryland's Secretary of Agriculture, Kevin Addix, he was with the British ambassador, and they were sitting there drinking our Maryland rye, and I got a picture of that, and that was really cool.
Big elephant in the room here. Meredith Stadium. See your name all over Meredith Park, huh? Can we talk about the collab you guys got going on with Meredith Park?
Well, we sponsored the third base bar out there, Meinelschmidt Distillery, because that's the big thing is we just need to make sure people know our brand. And like I said, we've won a lot of awards. We're not just trying to sit back and make, moonshine, make something that's, we want people to know, hey, we're making good quality product. And being a block and a half from it just makes sense. And so we want to be a good partner in downtown because, I want downtown to succeed. I want people to say, not, hey, I want to come to Meinelschmidt Distillery or, hey, let's go to Viva's or let's go to Schmackelstube. I want people to say, let's come downtown. And find many things to do because we need it to grow.
It's one thing to say, come support local. You're actually out supporting local for real.
Oh, same with you. I mean, I'm going to turn the table on you now because I did the burger challenge, and now you're doing the cheesesteak downtown.
We are
super excited about that.
Piggybacking off the success and kind of learning some stuff from what you guys did, and just trying to add something else. Like you're saying. There's a lot of places to do events in Washington County. I would prefer to do them in downtown.
Yes.
I think it's a good way of kind of killing a narrative that, it may be dangerous or there's nowhere to park or there's nothing to do. There's a lot to do, but it does take people like yourself to put this stuff together and kind of quarterback this stuff. So I appreciate that a lot. Thank you for that. Thank you for doing that. I know if nobody's giving you your flowers for that, at least let me be the guy that does it because we appreciate that. And I'm a big champion of downtown too, just like yourself. If you're going to sit down and drink your own whiskey here, your own bourbon, what's your favorite mixed drink of choice you go with?
Does it have to be a mixed drink or it can just be on ice?
Whatever. Well, your go-to. What is it that you do?
I'll tell you, it depends. So in the winter, I just want bourbon on the rocks. That's it. That's it. If it's the summer, I love our honey whiskey and some iced tea.
Okay.
So, but if it's a cocktail, if you go to the restaurant or the distillery, get the Godfather. It's freaking fabulous.
Okay. All right.
So now my wife will tell you the jalapeno whiskey sour.
Wow.
She will tell you that.
Wow.
So
jalapeno sour. That sounds awesome.
Oh, it's really good. If you like a spicy margarita, this is better. So I used to be on the board, the president of the board for the ARC of Washington County. I'm a huge supporter of the ARC.
Okay.
It's actually how Chelsea and I met.
Very cool.
She was a special education teacher, and I was the president of the board of the ARC of Washington County. And through Dancing with the ARC Stars. So we're a big supporter for Dancing with the ARC Stars. We actually just did a bingo at Viva's that benefited the ARC of Washington County. So yeah, we do a lot for them.
Any intention on dancing soon?
I'm the only 2-time loser. So the answer's no.
All right.
But you should dance.
No,
come on.
If I lose 20 or 30, maybe. But I'm no. I don't mind making a fool of myself on the internet dancing.
I do tell you, it's a lot of fun. It is a whole lot of fun. But yeah,
I'd need a lot of those jalapeno shots before I hit that floor, man. There's no way. Well, before we get out of here. Anything new coming up? You guys got anything cool, exciting you want to talk about?
Our 5-year anniversary is March 5th.
Wow, congratulations.
So 5 years downtown, still kicking and screaming, trying to bring people down there. But yeah, it's a nice milestone to hit there, and just want people to come downtown, try our whiskey, try bourbon. We do have gin and vodka, and try the restaurant, Veva's, the Dugout. Just come on downtown. It's not dangerous. There's things down there to do. So
awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate you coming through. Sorry we got a long stretch here. Thank you, Cort.
Hey, thank you.